Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering my most loving and humble salutations at the lotus feet of our beloved Master, Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba. I am grateful and feel happy that you have again thought of me and given me this opportunity to share a few thoughts on this auspicious occasion of Guru Poornima. Dear brothers and sisters of Trinidad, my second home, Guru Poornima has its own significance, especially because the Lord, for whom the whole world is worshipping, praying for, chose to become our Guru. Today I've been asked to speak on our life is His message. This was the final message, or a final step, I would say, Bhagwan gave before He left His mortal coil. All His life He kept saying, my life is my message, because He wanted us to follow. And for that, the Lord of Lords lived a very perfect, disciplined life. He epitomized what discipline could mean. He lived a life of sacrifice. He lived a life of perfect selflessness. A life that more and more I learn about, I am overwhelmed. My thoughts, my whole existence changes the more I think about Him. Because it is humanly impossible to imagine such a life. Truly, if we had not seen this Master, His story would become another mythology which the world would debate whether it existed ever or not. And that Master truly had the right to say, my life is my message. Because in whatever circumstances you want to live, in whatever roles you are put into, His life can teach us a great lesson. In fact, His life can be used as an ideal for any role that we have to play in life. And such Master says that make your life worthy by becoming my message. He expects us now to have a life that we can say that our life is His message. Probably that's why He said, initial years He would say, don't even talk about me. When the world would look at you, they should say, this child is different, this person is different. And then they would automatically inspire to say that, hey, are you from Sai Baba? Your walk, your talk, your actions should automatically reflect an image that the world should identify you as Sai's. Truly that was a beginning, a step for us to become His message. There are many ways to look at it. And I feel it is so impossible on a human level for any individual to think that they can achieve anything. But on the other hand, it is very easy for every individual to achieve anything in life. You may wonder why I'm giving this contradiction, an apparent contradictory statements. But actually it is not. If I identify myself as an independent person with XYZ characteristics, with the limitations of my own being, then for me, things can become very challenging and difficult. But the moment I acknowledge and accept my union my true heritage of divinity, my oneness with my Master, then there is no limit. Then there is no upper limit that I can achieve or I cannot achieve. And that is the state in which Bhagavan expects us to live. So when he talks about become my message, he not only expects us to walk like him, talk like him, think like him, be and dare to be divine, but he also expects us to elevate ourselves and believe that we are divine. How long can we pretend? And if we have not started even pretending like gods, I think it's time to do it. So becoming his message, first we need to understand what his message is. And his message is very simple. If I have to put it in a simple sentence, what I feel, his message is that you are divine, period. Know it. Is a very puzzling statement to me many times, because when I'm sitting and I'm thinking like, what does it mean to be divine? And the thought comes, what would Swami think at this time? And the beauty is that every time you are thinking like that, every action seems meaningless. And every inaction seems like such an active state of being. So whether I'm working or not working, whether physically active or not active, you are consciously aware of certain things and you are active. Every act, what we do, transforms into a divine experience. I will give you a small example to close this. Service. One expression of love is service. To help, to give, to share. And we have shared enough about service. So when he says, be my message, what does it mean? Many times he would say, it's my duty to help. When we did big service projects and came to him, he even scolded us and said, how dare you call it a service? If you help your own brethren who are in need, do you call that service? He said, that's your duty. So whatever I do to help others, to be some kind of an assistant to anybody, that is my duty. And Bhagavan says, without that, you are not even worthy of calling yourself as human beings. So to be a human being, you need to be doing this kind of activities as a duty. So then what is service? And that is where the catch is. And he says, he explained it very beautifully. The moment you do it and remember it, it is no longer service, but it can consider to be a duty. So when I serve and make announcements, or when I serve and feel happy that I served, when I do something for others and I feel little comfort and peace inside and acknowledge that I have done it, then it's my duty. And the moment I forget that I have done it, that duty transforms into service. So when he says, my life is my message, he lived a life of service because for him there was no difference. And when he did, he forgot. That's why he could do mammoth activities and the next day he would act and behave in a manner as if he did nothing. For him that was past and he would look for a new future. And that is how our avatar lived. When he made his duty into service. So whatever we do not only as sons, daughters, and brothers, sisters, father, mother, employer, employee. All that is a service. All that is a duty, sorry. And even if you go to do your, cooking, serving to homeless people, to millions of people every day in and out, that's all part of duty as a human being. But the day we start forgetting it and the actions become part of our nature, we enter into the realm of service. And that is the time when we have started being His message. So I pray that Bhagwan, in every step of life, in every aspect of living, in every roles that we play, guide us to rise from duty to service. Rise us from being a human to divine. Raise us from being your child to your servant and to you yourself. And that will be our offering to Him on this Guru Poornima day. Thank you and Sai Ram.